Hello, Baboosh. Okay, so there's going to be a pretty big disparity between the time in which I record these Inktober's and when I actually upload them, because I've been mostly recording them on time. However, you may have noticed that I haven't been uploading any of them. There's a couple reasons for that. Various reasons, some good, some like the fact that I live in Tornado Alley. 2 tornadoes in the span of a week touched down within like 10 miles of where I live, and I was like, but that's the thing, that happens. Just don't live in Tornado Alley, fam. But, so I've drawn them. I'm going to be recording the audio quite a bit later than when I actually draw them, which might be interesting on my end, who knows. But I am still determined. I am so determined that I'm going to get these 20 videos up, and if like 15 out of 20 of them end up uploaded in November, you know what, that's fine. I just gotta roll with the punches. For this one, I was so stinking pleased with myself. I was just chortling away and like laughing and giggling because it's kaepora gaebora from Ocarina of Time. I was just feeling pretty nostalgic, and I had mentioned in the Breathe video, I was like, I really need to do some more simple ones. So that's what this one is, and like I did manage to do a couple days in a row of pretty simple ones, and I'm pleased with my life choices. I was feeling particularly nostalgic, and I was trying to owies, just thumped my elbow against my desk. I don't know if you heard that. And decided to draw kaepora gaebora, who is probably the worst realized character in all of Ocarina of Time. I love that game. Like, I'm a big fan of the Zelda universe in general, and Ocarina of Time I'm a fan of. I am very fond of character-driven stories in Ocarina of Time. While it has its flaws, I'll agree. It's flawed. It's not a perfect game, but it did really devote itself to making sure that you cared about every single person that you like interact with as part of the story. Except for kaepora gaebora, who, while he was a reoccurring character, like you did keep meeting him, and he's kind of, you know, a wise owl, I guess. He's also Rauru the Sage. I don't know if you know that, because the only reason you would know that is if you're looking up information like behind the scenes, because they did nothing. They did nothing to make you care about that sage or this owl, like, as a person. You have no idea that they're even the same person, but they are. They're the same person. That sage, the brown sage, and like the sage in the brown clothes, that you're like, who is this guy? When you've rescued everyone else and all these faces are from your childhood, you're just like, who's this dude who is very wise and all-knowing? He's the owl who's been trolling you your entire adventure. That's the same guy. And yet all you really know of this character is that, man, he really does talk so much. He talks so much, and then you would like hit A to skip through or make him talk faster, because most of us read faster than like text scrolling up in games anyway, or at least I do. I assume most people do, because they do those pretty slow. So you'd just be like trying to tell him to hurry up, and then he'd jump in with, did you get all that? And then you'd accidentally hit no, so he'd start repeating everything. It was just like, oh honey, I love you. You're killing me, Smalls. And then you'd hear it all again. So that was the most memorable thing about this owl, even though he should have been pretty interesting. Like, all of the rest of the sages were pretty interesting, and Rauru built the Temple of Time, I'm pretty sure. I might be mixing my mythos up, because there's a lot. There's so much in The Legend of Zelda that's all kerfuffled, and, just all the stories, they're different timelines and whatever. I might be mixing that up, but I'm pretty sure this owl, like, his human self built the actual Temple of Time and, like, watched over you. But anyway, so for my one, like, simple, after I'd done several days where I was like, man, everything is just really rough and I need to step down. Like, I still wanted to do something that was fun and interesting for me, and I did, because I really love Ocarina of Time, and I do really love this owl. Heckin' troll that he is. But I just needed to step back and do something a little bit more simple, and it was fun. And I was definitely bringing back memories as I worked on this of kaepora gaebora trolling all of us into oblivion. Bless him. Bless his slightly unnerving soul.
Okay, that's all of the tiny little video today, but I hope you enjoyed it. I give you kisses. Mwah. Bye.